At the hospital, Portia asks if Liz has heard from Austin as he's late for his shift. Liz says she's tried to call him but hasn't gotten through. Finn interrupts to have Portia sign off on a treatment for a patient per protocol. She looks it over and agrees with his assessment and approves it. Finn walks off, and Portia tells Liz that was tough. Liz says Finn is an expert in his field, but Portia says she's not the enemy here and they have to follow procedure. Liz understands and says this whole thing is frustrating. Portia leaves, and Liz makes more calls about Austin. Later, Liz checks on Finn in his office. She tries to help him relax by guiding him through a breathing exercise. After he relaxes, she tells him to listen to her as she tells him that he's done nothing wrong. Finn says he can't help but think about what happened, and if he overlooked something. She reminds him that the first lesson they learn in medicine is they aren't God, and sometimes the patients think they are and can cure them of anything. There is a knock at the door, and it's the lawyer, Diddy Clark, who is representing the hospital in the lawsuit. Finn invites her in, and the lawyer lets Liz know they may need to interview her in the future. But right now, she needs to speak to Finn. Liz leaves them, and Finn explains he's retained his own counsel. She says her job is to defend the hospital, and she apologizes if her questions are intrusive. She needs to know everything so there are no surprises in court. The lawyer asks about the details of Muldoon and the case. Finn explains Muldoon's complaints and the tests he ran, which came back positive for a tapeworm among other things like low blood cell counts. He says he spoke to him a few days later and asked him to come in for a follow-up, but he refused as he had another trip. He explains he finally came in 2 months later, and that's when further tests revealed he had stage 4 cancer. The lawyer asks about the symptoms he complained about initially, and if Finn considered they could have been signs of cancer. Finn thinks he needs his lawyer present before answering any more questions. TG runs into Molly, who came to tell him that she made an appointment to find a new surrogate. TJ is upset that Molly agreed to meet new surrogates without asking him. Molly says she hasn't agreed on a new one, just to meet with them and the surrogate matcher. TJ feels this is moving too fast, and he's still processing his grief. He knows he's not ready to try again right now. TJ is paged and has to go. Molly runs into Dr. Navarro, who extends her condolences on her surrogate's miscarriage. She asks if she and TJ will try again. Molly admits she's not sure she and TJ can go through this again. Dr. Navarro notes while miscarriages are common in the first trimester, there are many parents who are proof surrogacy works. She wishes Molly the best. Liz meets up with Portia, who is with TJ. She still hasn't heard from Austin and offers to go to his apartment to check up on him. Portia asks TJ if he could stay late to cover Austin's shift, and he says the timing is perfect as he and Molly had an argument. Later, Liz returns, and she says there has been no sign of Austin at his place since before Thanksgiving. Liz wonders if they should call the police. Sunny drops by Sam and Dante's place. He asks Sam how her Thanksgiving was, and she says it was different. They talk about what they did, and Sunny says next year he's going to host a big feast for the family. Dante appears and asks his dad what brings him by. Sam and Scout take off to meet up with Drew at the Metro Court, as Scout is interviewing him about his job for school. Once they leave, Sunny explains he came about the man who tried to kill Ava. Sunny asks about Mason and if there is a plea deal in the works. Dante can't discuss details but asks why he is interested. Sunny wants him thrown away for life, but Donnie says the theory is Mason was ordered to kidnap Ava for his boss, and they're trying to get a name out of him. Sunny tells him he knows who it is.